Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This reading is going to be for Aries from the 16th until the 31st. This is going to be a general love reading, whether you're coupled up, whether you're single, whether you have your eye on somebody has their eye on you. Maybe we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this plays out. It might even correspond with a friend or a family member, but I'm going to focus on love and lovely things for you guys. So let's go ahead and see what's gonna go on from the 16th to the 31st this month. And again, it is 2019. If anybody asks you what year it is, I did do a premeditated shuffle for you guys. So Aries, let's see what's going on with you guys. We did a reading up until the 16th, so if anything was on point there, made sense, feel free to drop a comment, subscribe. But let's get back to it. Asking for guidance here from the universe. Universal guidance for Aries. The Rams of the universe. What can they look forward to from March 16th to March 31st this year, 2019? I feel like you guys are feisty. Feisty for something, feisty for someone, feisty in general. Okay, I feel like we're getting close. Aries, 16th to the 31st. I said the 31st. Alright, that's where it stops. I'm going to cut this deck for us. Aries. 31st, huh? Okay, and if anybody is interested in a personal reading, my email is down in the description box, and a little bit of information, but I do recommend going ahead and emailing me first so I can try to figure out what type of reading would be best for you in your situation. Your overlying energy here at the bottom of the deck is the World. Okay, so something's coming to a completion here. Let's pull some cards and then we'll talk, okay? Yes, okay, something is definitely coming to an end. You come to a realization about something that you feel like should have probably have been put to rest a while ago, but for some reason it wasn't. But now you're going through this transformative stage and you can no longer stay in this period where you're at, this state of mind or the way you're doing things when it comes to romance and love. There's the dawning of a new era here. And I feel like a lot of you feel like, yeah, I probably should have done this a while ago, but with the Death card, it all talks about shedding those old layers to, move on to that next level, And for relationships and love, I think it's actually a beautiful thing. Because that means you're coming to realization about maybe, any or all four of the elements here that were lacking or something you want to work on. And it's funny because then you have the World card at the bottom of the deck here. And so I definitely feel like you are shedding layers, like a snake sheds layers, because the World card, makes the whole. And then you've got that snake that's continuously eating himself. I think that's fitting for the whole, you're shedding some skin here that's good, that you should be shedding. Okay. And crossing the Death card, you have, I'm trying to keep the glare off of this you have the Moon card. So, you're going through this transformative stage right now up until the 31st, and what's helping or hurting you right now is it's going to be kind of confusing because the Moon is all about hidden things. So we got Scorpio, I believe, in Cancer. I believe Death is Scorpio, and the Moon is Cancer. So we got 2 major arcanas out, 3 if you want to count the bottom here. But with the Moon, you might just be feeling intuitively led to shed these skins because there's some things that you don't necessarily see, that you can't see right now. And that's not because you're blind or you aren't looking at things properly. That's only because these things are meant to be unseen right now. But I feel like you're being intuitively called to shed these layers so you can have that metaphorical depth to move on to healthier times here with your love. But there are things you're gonna be a little bit confused because there's some things that you might not see and that might like irritate you. But just listen to your intuition and listen to your gut. I feel like, a lot of people, I used to not like the Moon, I used to be scared of the Moon, so I was like, I don't know what it is because it's hidden, and, I'm one of those people that kind of like to know what's going on. I mean, I read cards, so of course I do. And so that used to frustrate me because I was like, what is it? I can't see. What is it? I can't see. And then with this card, I realized it's one of those things where you might not see it, but you feel it and you believe it, so you need to listen to that. Because there's a lot of things in this world that we're not going to see. There's a lot of things playing behind the scenes in our favor because the universe is here to divinely guide us on our path. And we need to listen to these feelings, or we're just going to go through basically the same phase, and just keep continuously doing what we're doing until we go through so much turbulence that we decide to do it on our own. Like I've gotten so many warnings, there's so many signals from the universe, and I've just recently had a death card experience myself, changing up, switching up, leveling up, getting ready to move on for that next phase, and I realized, there's a lot of things that the universe was trying to show me throughout that time period that I was just like not listening to because even though part of me felt like, it was going to be a certain way, there was still a part of me that was like, not ready to let this go, not ready to let this go, not ready to let this go. And because I did not listen to my intuition, I did not listen to those signals and messages from the universe, I brought a lot of trouble on, a lot of challenges, and a lot of obstacles on myself. So just make sure you listen to your intuition right now. And if you don't see things right now, or you feel like something's going on and you can't see it, don't press too hard on trying to like see it. Just feel it, think it, believe it. Believe in you. Okay? And then in your surrounding energies position here, I know I say that with the card on the bottom of the deck too, but this is like for your reading. I like to consider this as something that you're like a major thing that's going on, and not just within your love life. But you have the Hangman here for your surrounding energies here. So I definitely feel like a lot of you guys are feeling stuck. You might even be feeling stuck because of this Moon card. Like, I can't see it, so I don't know what to do. I don't know how to pick a thing or move in a certain way because I can't really see what's going on. But I do know that I'm going through this transformative stage that I can't stop. Like, I feel it inside my bones, and I can't really see what's going on, so I feel like I'm stuck right now, and I'm upside down. I feel like my world's upside down, and I'm kind of just stuck there. But with the Hangman card, it's a major arcana card, and that's, now you got 4 out of the 22, and we've only pulled 4 cards. So I feel like there's a lot going on in your life right now, and I feel like maybe you have been turned upside down. And like at first it can be disorienting to like realize like, oh my gosh, I'm upside down and I don't really know if I can get out of this, And like in this card and most decks, it shows the idea that this man can get out and that he's not really stuck. He only has one leg tied and usually his arms aren't tied. So he could get out of the situation, but he's hanging upside down for a reason. He's really fixated on whatever he's looking at. And the whole idea that he is upside down is to tell us about different perspectives and different angles of situations, Sometimes when we're not seeing things clearly, or we're seeing things straight as they are, we feed into them too much. Like sometimes, like I say to myself sometimes, like I'm too inside the box to really see what's going on. And I feel like that might be the case for you guys. So I feel like while you're in the suspension and you feel like you're stuck or you're upside down, I think you should look at those, look at your situation and look at life through those upside down lenses right now, because there's something that you're going to see that is going to help you with this experience. It's really important that while you're feeling stuck or whatever, you try to evaluate things from that eye's point of view, because it's going to give you insight and it's going to give you a better perspective to take with you after you shed these layers. Trust that. Okay, and the current past, like the past that just is coming by, might have already happened or will be happening very soon, you know, the 16th through the 31st, is the Queen of Wands, and that's fire energy. That's your energy, guys. So I feel like, let me pull some more cards before we keep talking. Okay, you're counting thoughts. You have the Judgment card here. Alright. Let me pull my card and then we'll start talking. And then in the future position, you have the Ace of Wands here. That's more fire energy. Okay, so what I'm seeing so far is that with this Queen of Wands here, you're in your element, you're in your zone. I feel like you are already believing that intuition and that magic and being yourself, you know? I feel like you guys might feel like this sucks a little bit, but I'm gonna do it. I'm boss, I'm gonna do it. You guys are go-getters, you know? You don't stay in a place too long if it ain't fitting you right. You're like, hell no, I'm gonna bounce the fuck out of here and I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. I'm gonna do what's best for me. I'm gonna hang upside down from a goddamn, sorry. I'm gonna hang upside down from a mother effing tree and see what I can see, you know? And you guys are alright with that. And you guys know that you can draw this magic in. I mean, you guys are so magical. You guys are warm and you're charming. And there's so much glare. But okay, you guys are warm and you're charming and you kind of just like be in that, bask in that energy that is yours. So I'm confident, I am fierce, I can do this by myself. Anything that I want, I know that I can get if I work hard enough, if I focus on that, if I maintain the idea that I can do this, I'm going to get this. And in the process, I'm going to turn everything into a warm liquid gold. I just like pet my freaking dragon. Okay. And I feel like in your crowning thoughts, possible outcome here, Aries, you've got the Judgment card. So I definitely feel like there's some rebirth and awakenings going on here, especially since Mercury goes direct on the 16th. So I feel like you were shown a couple of different things this time around, and you woke up to it. You woke up to it, and now that's really on your mind. Like you've seen something you can't unsee. You've heard something you can't unhear. You got this idea that you can't just brush out of your head. And that is what is causing this death-like transformation. And it's slightly painful, but you know it's for the best because it's going to lead you on to a better path that you are meant to be on. So I feel like right now you know that you're stuck and you can't unsee this, you can't unhear this. This is how it is, and you know that because you've been shown that. You've been divinely shown something by the universe with this Judgment card here. And you're thinking like, you can't unsee this, so now you need to make a decision. And you know that it's going to be the best one for you, even though you're going through this. And I feel like since you have the Hangman here, and it's vertical, like it's right across from the Judgment card, I feel like you're kind of just stuck in limbo because of what just came to light with the Judgment card. What you just heard, what you just seen, what you can't undo that has came into your awareness, kind of tipped your world upside down, and now you're looking at it like, oh shit, this is serious. you know, this it was all fun and games, and it's still fun and games. But now that like I didn't know this was a divine thing happening, and now I am completely aware that something divine is happening within my life. And it's all about, are you going to take that call? Are you going to make that call, that judgment call? Are you going to answer the phone and get on that direct line, that divine line? Or are you just going to be like, yes, I see my phone ringing, I see the universe calling me, but right now I'm snuggled up or I'm making tacos and spaghetti, so I'm just going to let it go to voicemail. Because if you let that stuff go to voicemail, it's going to cause you turbulence. And that's just for some of you guys, because I see here in the future, most of you guys, like, you're ready for it. Like, you feel inspired by this push. This is the Ace of Wands. And in love and relationships, it can be a pretty sexy card, you know, I'm not going to lie. It can be pretty phallic. So, like, and it's directly across from your guys' energy here with the Queen of Wands. And this isn't gender specific when I say him, her, queen, king, you know, I'm just, like, referring to how I was learned, you know, to speak and talk when I see something in a story, you know. But I definitely feel like whatever you're seeing, whatever's going on in the future, you're gonna come out like right now. You've got this energy of being upside down, and you're like, okay, I'm upside down. I'm looking around. I can't unsee this, and I know I gotta do something. But while you're upside down and you're looking, you're gonna find something that you're gonna find something that inspires the fuck out of you, Aries. You're gonna be up and ready to go and on it. Just, you know, that's awesome. I'm real happy for you guys. Okay, let's pull some more cards. Ooh, right now, how you guys see yourself? You feel like you're like overflowing with love here, you know, and like you might not be completely expressing that, you know, but you feel it. You got so much emotion into this, and it hasn't been messed with, okay? Like, you're not too emotional about something, but you're also not being distant about it. Like, you know how you feel, and yes, it feels so good. It feels so good. I feel so good about you. I care so much about this project. I care so much about this person. I care so much about what we're doing, and it just overwhelms my heart. But I'm not gonna, you guys might not be completely saying that right now. And I think that is just so adorable. I think that is just so adorable. I think, and you know, it's a very mature kind of love. It's a very mature, it's like, it's decided. It's decided. I am in love. I'm in love here. I got these feelings. And you know, you don't have to express them all the time, because with your partner, you know, with how many major arcana are in here with the moon, I feel like this person doesn't need you to necessarily express all of these super lovey-dovey things that you feel, and you probably feel so intensely that you can't put words to it. Like, the Queen of Cups, she can probably write you the most beautiful poem you've ever heard, take you right by storm with how well she can express her love and her emotions like that. But the King of Cups, he doesn't, he just feels so intense and immense about the situation that he can't really put words to describe it. I think that's beautiful. Other people see you here with the Ten of Wands, okay? This is usually how the other person is viewing you or sees the situation. I usually read it as how they see you handling the situation right now. And I feel like they feel like you're a little overwhelmed, you're a little stressed out and overburdened with something. Like, you have all these projects you have to maintain, you have all these things that you have to do a particular way. I don't know why I said particular. Some of you might be on like a strict schedule or a routine. I feel like you guys got a lot of projects going on that you're really passionate about. I feel like you've brought in passions and values that were important to you from the past, and issues that are important right now in the future and in the future. So I feel like you're carrying all of these wands, and this person sees you as being stressed out and like probably needing to take a break from feeling so overwhelmed. And I feel like you guys are going to put these sticks down because it's Ten of Wands. Ten of Wands, that's the end. We're going to start back at the Ace. And here in the future position, you guys have the Ace of Wands. So I think you're going to put these damn wands down and kind of take a look upside down like, why am I even carrying this one wand, you know? Like, I don't even like that shirt anymore. Why do I have it? Almost, you know? And, you know, so I feel like there's going to be some old values, some old things that you were holding on to that you're going to put down. And I think your partner senses that you are overwhelmed by all the things that you have been carrying. I feel like this Ten of Wands also contributes to the Death card in the transformation, because the Death card is all about letting go, letting old things that no longer serve you die. Old things that you've carried with you through this journey for a long time that have not been serving you well. Letting them just die out, you know, and that has to happen so you can have that one big giant ace and bippity boppity boo somebody on the head, or yourself, whatever. You right now, you're hoping, this is in your hopes and fears sector, and you have the Five of Cups. So right now you got a lot of fire on the board and you got a lot of water on the board. And I feel like what this is saying here in your hopes and fears section is I feel like you're a little bit afraid to put some of those wands down. Ideas, values about people or love or what you want or what is best for you. I feel like you're afraid to let them die out, because what if you get rid of that one wand and then here in a few weeks or a few months you're like all sad because of that one wand, like, oh, why did I put that wand down? That wand was really useful. I really, you know, I want that wand back. But I don't feel like that's going to happen. I don't feel like you're going to be sad over this. I think you're afraid that you'll be upset and then kind of like be kicking yourself in the ass. You're afraid to kick yourself in the ass if you put some of these wands down. But you don't need to be. Everything's just temporary here. You know, material things, values, everything, it switches, it changes, and you aren't going to be sad, you know, because you're going to be making the right decision with the Ace of Wands here. You know, and if you do become sad, it's only temporary, okay? And if you do feel sad, put yourself back in that hangman position and look at it from a different perspective and be like, yeah, I'm sad, but what has this created for me that is good, that isn't sad? You know, and kind of like compare if you have to, you know, remind yourself any way you have to that I am doing the right thing intuitively. I'm in my energy. I feel these feelings. There are things I've seen that cannot be unseen. And I need to put these sticks down so I can have my one stick. Because there's so much power in just one of them, you know. It's fresh, it's new. It's going to lead you to this fresh, new, passionate beginning that you are going to be very happy with. You're going to be very happy. But you are afraid to feel guilt or sadness or regret over it. Don't be. Don't waste your time thinking you're going to be something until it happens. And then when it happens, we'll get there and we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But you're doing all right. I feel like you know what's going on. I feel like you're going to put those wands down. Maybe your partner has expressed to you, or maybe they have not expressed to you and you just picked up on that. For your outcome here, we have the Seven of Swords, Aries. Okay, the Seven of Swords. I do not see anything too negative in this reading. I will pull a clarification card for you. But what this is saying to me right now is that that you're being strategic. You might be doing something behind somebody's back or behind multiple people's back, and I don't believe that it is a thieving card in this situation. I feel like you are doing this behind the scenes and in the dark because you're being strategic about it. There's something that if you're being strategic about or you're going to want to be strategic about. And this is until the 31st. Let's see if this is you, whose type of energy this is, and what type of energy this is with the Seven of Swords, okay? Can you tell us about the Seven of Swords here for Aries? Seven of Swords here. Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords. I do feel like, okay, the Six of Cups popped up here, so you might end up hearing from somebody from your past, especially with Mercury in retrograde here. I'm going to get another card on this. That one kind of just flew up over my thumb. So that might be something that you're dealing with. Maybe you heard something, seen something, or maybe there's stuff that you're bringing into the future from the past. Mercury retrograde is all about having us relive or go through certain things that have usually happened in the past because we weren't done with the situation. Okay, the card that flew out here is the High Priestess. When I was talking about the Six of Cups clarifying the Seven of Swords. And with this, I feel like you have the star on the bottom. I feel like you're doing something in secret. I feel like if you're not doing something in secret, then somebody else is going to be doing something in secret. You might find out that somebody is talking to an ex from someone from their past, or you or somebody else that you're dealing with could meet somebody here with the High Priestess and the Six of Cups, somebody new, and you might just automatically feel like, I know you. I know you from a different place, a different time, or this time I feel like I know you even though I don't know who the hell you are, but I feel like my soul recognizes your soul. I understand how you think, how you feel, how you are. And I feel like with the High Priestess, this could, I didn't get a lot of, I didn't really get any cards to indicate that that there's like a third party situation going on here. I feel like somebody from the past might be reaching out to you or the person that you're dealing with. And I see you maybe like communicating back, but I don't feel like you're expressing much about it. And you're trying to maybe keep this hidden and keep this away, or somebody else is doing this. Because now you have the High Priestess and the Moon out here. And with the Seven of Swords, I feel like there's definitely things that are not being revealed to you yet. So it is possible that somebody here is going around like at night, maybe communicating with this person, or maybe they got a message and they had to be sneaky and delete it, but or will be. But just keep in mind that whatever you do in the dark does come to the light. And what are you going to do when it comes to the light? And this might not be for all of you Aries. It might be for the person that you're dealing with here. But with the High Priestess here, I feel like you intuitively know something. I feel like you intuitively know something, and I feel like you might have to do something. Like there's a choice, there's a decision that you're going to have to make in regards to this Death card. And I feel like right now you're kind of stuck upside down. You don't really know what to do, but your intuition is on point. Your intuition is completely on point, and you know how you feel with the King of Cups here. You know how you feel. It's not like the Page of Cups where you have a little crush, you're not seen with no rose-tinted spectacles. I mean, with the Six of Cups, you might be looking at the past a little bit better than what it actually was, or somebody else might. But my advice for you is to just keep your eyes open while you feel stuck and upside down, There's going to be an awakening here for you, and it's meant to be there for a reason. Do not be afraid to feel sadness, because you have this beautiful Ace of Wands here in the future. And I would trade in my 3 Spilt Cups for 1 wand. I really would. But Aries, if this resonated with you, if you liked it, if you picked up on it, please leave a comment. Tell me how it's going. Tell me how it was. I want to hear about what's going on. I want to know if somebody's gotten back in touch with you. I want to know, if you've recently came to light about something, if you feel overburdened or if you feel like you're in your element and your energy. I don't know. I felt like this was a really good reading, and I don't feel like there's too much trickery going on here with the Seven of Swords. I just feel like things are being kind of hidden right now. I feel like you're intuitively in your own and you know how you feel. So you're doing stuff, you or somebody else is doing things strategically and in the dark and possibly behind the other person's back to maybe try to figure out what is going on. Please let me know if this resonated with you. And until next time, I hope you have a good rest of March, guys.